Hello, this is Mike, co-creator of Civil War, Continental War now, 1865. It's a more appropriate name for the game. Anyway, I wanted to show the players some typical hands, some typical cards that you might get, and explain the cards somewhat. Anyway, there are 55 total cards in the game. All right, there are 6 colors, 10 for each faction color. Now, most cards will generally help all players, give benefits to everybody, but 4 of each color will give a bonus to the indicated faction. For instance, a blue will support the Union faction and so forth. Now, I have yellow, gold for the French. We have blue for the Union. These are examples of cards and what they might do. Command structure, infiltrate. Gray for the Confederates. You can get some extra recruits straight to your armies without building them mushing points. And then red for the British. Okay, this says if played by the British player, gain 1 infantry in Ottawa. So that's your capital in Canada. So yeah, sometimes when you play a card, you will get a bonus for that card. Next, green is also a color in the game. It is important because they are the wild cards. They can be used by any player, just like any cards. But let me show you green. We'll talk about bonuses later when you get cards. There's leadership. There's naval attack. There are 9 of these cards. There's extra massive action cards. Most action cards give a lot less actions. Then resistance and riots. This is one of the favorites of everybody that plays. It's kind of a disruptive, sort of annoying card, but it's a lot of fun to play with. Orange is the final color. Orange is unique because they're the only cards that can be played from hand. Okay, so for instance, there are sharpshooters. You can deploy them. They can either take a shot at the enemy leader, if he's very good, or you can opt to roll some very good dice, hitting on an 8 or less. Hasty reinforcements. You can bring neighboring troops into the battle, or you can gain 2 conscripts into this battle. Engineering, you can build forts immediately, or destroy forts immediately. Either way. Next. I did mention when you play your cards, you have to play them in combinations of 2, okay? And these cards are to be prepared underneath your player board. I'll mention that again in a little bit. If you play 2 of them at the same time and they're your own color, for example, here's a hand right here. Let's say the Confederacy plays these 2 gray cards. They place it under the faction board. Next turn they come out. And you have prepared 2 gray cards. That means you can either get 2 command cards added to your hand. Hand size is only 5 or 4 if you're low on the political will. So you have to maintain that. But when you get 2 extra cards, you can then dump cards that you don't want in your hand, of course. Or you can get $4 if you're really strapped for cash, like frequently Britain, France. Well, they're all strapped for cash at times. Anyway, every turn, command cards must be prepared from your hand. You got to put them under your board. And there's a area at the bottom of your board where they slide under, and they will be there to pull out next turn for use. If you do not, you can lose political will. Sorry about that. It's a 1-800 call. We'll not talk to them. Anyway, where was I? You don't play those till next turn. And if you fail to play both of your cards, the people are disappointed in your lack of follow-through. And they're going to give you a -1 on your political will, which is very hurtful. Next, we have cards that are free play at any time during each player's turn. You just play them at any time. They don't have to coincide with any sort of actions or anything. You may choose to play them early in your turn. You may choose to play them late in your turn. taking advantage of that, you can have actions at the end of your turn, and your opponents have none. You can really hit them hard with that. It happens in all directions, though, of course. Next, the turn end, when both prepared command cards and you discard all your action cubes. They're all gone off your board. Your turn is over. And thank you very much for watching the card video.